welcome to the next part of my Victorian Clara project. I am up to the third layer, which is going to be my bustle pad and petticoat. To do this, because I am very short on time, it is Monday morning at 10:55. I need to get this done by like Thursday evening. I might have a little bit of time on Friday to do finishings, but not a whole lot. And I want to wear this ensemble on Saturday. I've still got a lot to do. So, to make everything go faster, I'm going to use pre-made patterns. This is Bird 7880. It has like a basic skirt with a bit of extra floof in the back. And it also, where is it? There. That's a little bustle pad pattern. So I'm just going to use this and get started on those things, because if I can get them both done today, that would be great. And then I have 3 days to work on an underskirt, an overskirt, and a bodice. I might cut out the corset cover. I think that's the one garment that I can lose without losing the whole shape and structure of the end result. Might not be as smooth over the corset, but I think there'll be enough going on with the bodice, because it's got lapels and buttons, that I think it will be fine. So yeah, let's get started on probably the bustle pad first. Wait, I know I said let's get started, but I needed to measure myself. That's why I'm still in this. I wanted to measure how much the corset changed my proportions. It shouldn't change too much because I'm not tight lacing and I have layers underneath. So what is brought in by the corset is also bulked out by the corset itself and its boning and the layers I have underneath. So I shouldn't change too much. Just a bit of a smooth rather than a technical terms. So let's quickly measure, and then we can look at what size petticoat and how big the waistband needs to be. I've got all the bustle pieces cut out. Now I just need to figure out how it goes together. I think this will get a lot clearer as I do it. It's kind of confusing at the moment because the pieces aren't named very well. Like this one is, this says back yoke, but this doesn't say what it is, but it's the bottom piece. And this also doesn't really say what it is, but it's the part that gets padded, I think. So this gets sewn onto here and curving around, and that makes the pouch for stuffing, and then that is sewn onto this, then another one is sewn on to finish edges, I think. I've run a couple of gathering threads across the top of this piece, and now I've got to gather it down to fit within these lines. Now I've got a little pocket. This part's going to get stuffed. It's just basted at the bottom because now the second piece is going to come over and go all the way around, finishing this bottom edge. And then we can stuff inside the pocket and finish the top edge into the waistband. All my layers together, it is starting to take shape. Now I just need to stuff the little pocket To do this, I've been keeping all my scraps from my latest makings, and I'm going to chop them up into really small pieces and hopefully have enough to fill this out. Otherwise, I do have some actual, what do they call it, doll fill, polyfill, the actual stuffing stuff, but I would rather have used my scraps for something than just sit around in the corner of a room for me to trip over. So let's start dicing. Alright, I have a nice big pile of shredded fabric. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it's a start. So let's put this pile in the pocket and see how much more I need to chop. I do have more scraps, but my hands hurt from chopping. I don't think it's enough, guys. I think I still need like the same amount again to really fill up this pocket. Leftovers from my Elise dress. It's all in awkward sized pieces because of the shape of those panels, so let's cut it and stick it. Alright, pile 2, the remnants of Elise. Let's put them in. Hopefully this is now enough to fill it up. She's looking plump. I think she could probably have more and not be overstuffed because there's still room in the top, but I think I will leave it and have a little bustle and move on so that I can get this done and get onto the petticoat. So all I need to do now is put the waistband on. Last thing to finish off this bustle pad, and that is to attach a closure. Now that that is done, it is time to move on to the petticoat. Annoyingly, the bustle pad took longer than I thought. It is currently 4:30 p.m. I was hoping to sort of have that done by, I don't know, 1, but I didn't. But at least the petticoat is very simple. It's a front piece and 2 back pieces and a waistband. There's a bit of pleating, and that's kind of it. There's no zip to put in, it's just a button closure. Or I might use a hook and bar like I put on this. So hopefully I can get it done after dinner today, maybe. If I can cut it out before I take Flynn for his walk, that would be wonderful. Generally that's at 5, so let's get to cutting this. And ta-da! Petticoat pieces are cut out. Now it's just a matter of doing up the back seam, the side seams, and then pleating the back to fit into the waistband and putting a button in. One of the side seams is left open about that much for closure. One back panel pleated down. Now I've just got to do the same to this one, and then we can start putting on the waistband. So my waistband is on at the top of this. I'm just going to, while I'm sitting at the machine, very quickly finish the hem with a small rolled hem, and then we can put the fastening on and she's done. Quickest petticoat ever. Alright, it is almost 2 minutes to 7 p.m. and I have completed my goal of a petticoat and a bustle pad in one day. They're not perhaps my best work, but they're done, they're functional, and they're ready to go. I'm gonna go have a cup of tea now, and I'll try it all on in the morning because I don't want to get into that tonight. So let's go try this on tomorrow, but right now. And just like that, my base layers are done. I am ready to get started on my outer layers. So stay tuned for that video because I'm about to start it now.